What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Surf the Storm podcast. I am Justin, and today's episode is called Setbacks. It's from my blog at surfthestorm.com. If you like it, you can follow me on any socials. And I just happen to be reading my blog post in order, and this happens to be the next one, which is very fitting because right now I'm actually having a very bad setback with my health. And I've been actually wanting to film this one the last 2 days, but I'm having like a air hunger flare, which is they say I have like chronic hyperventilation syndrome, or it could be from my Lyme disease or babesiosis or Bartonella. Not really sure. Whatever, it's terrible. But so we're gonna try this today and see how this goes, and hopefully it will be okay. So bear with me with my brain fog. I said it right this time. Last episode I called it brain frog. But, brain fog. So anyway, setbacks. Here we go. And I apologize that I'm going to start this off with a song, but I won't sing. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. Did I just start a blog post off with the chorus of Chumbawamba's smash hit Tub Thumping from 1997? Yup. I randomly heard the song the other day while I was having a flare-up of my nerve-related issues from my Lyme disease. I was about to change the song, but it hit me. Holy crap, this is relatable and inspirational. It's pretty much how I've been living my life for a while now. It seems that every single time one of my symptoms seems to be getting better and I start to feel optimistic, then boom, right away into another weird flare. Before I go any further, I just want to acknowledge that I am no way saying Tub Thumping is a good song. I'm pretty sure the rest of the song is about drinking a bunch of different types of alcohol and just pissing the night away. Alright, let's stop right there real fast. I'm old enough to remember when that song came out, if anyone even remembers that song. And remember back then when, you heard the single on, the radio, and you had to, go buy the album? I remember buying, the CD of, Chumbawamba. That's so embarrassing. Why am I even talking about that? That's something you probably shouldn't even admit. But I remember that. I went and got it. I'm like, oh, yeah, this song's pretty good. And it was awful. I do not recommend it. I mean, no offense, Chumbawamba. I mean, this is good for you. You got that awesome smash hit, but I 100% 0 out of 10 recommend listening to anything else by them besides this chorus of this awesome song. I'm already so off topic here. But anyway, all right, so where was I here? Anyway, recently I've been really sick for 2 months with stomach issues, and my blood work has been very off. I missed a lot of work, and I have been to urgent cares, emergency rooms, primary care doctors, gastro specialists, and immunologists. I couldn't even go to the bathroom for a day or two, if you know what I mean. And then the next day, I couldn't stop going. My pain was so intense at a few points I couldn't even stand up, and one night I never even slept. Wow, so just reading this back is crazy, because I remember this flare. With my health issues, it's so crazy. You never know what you're going to get. It's like they woke up and just throw a dart at a different part of your body. My stomach pain was so bad. I couldn't even sleep. I remember just being curled up in a ball and literally thinking I was dying. So crazy. Anyway, my eosinophils, I don't know how to say that word, my eosinophils blood count was extremely high, and a bunch of other weirdly named blood cell counts were off during this 2-month stretch. And I had multiple stool tests. I had the fun 2-for-1 special, the colonoscopy and endoscopy at the same time. I had x-rays, different CT scans, ultrasounds, allergy testing, food allergy testing, all done during this 2-month span. Besides, they found a polyp and saying I have some kind of gastropathy. I should have really practiced some of these words before I went on talking here. I passed most of the tests, and they think, unfortunately, most of my issues are either Lyme or babesiosis related. The food allergy test did show a bunch of foods I was having reactions to, so I ended up cutting out all those foods, and my blood work went back to its semi-normal, and my stomach pain went back to my normal IBS pain, and while that still sucks, at least I can handle that. I was so relieved to have my baseline stomach pain. I was literally just so happy. And then, boom, another setback. The left side of my face had that awful tight feeling again. I ignored it because there's also no need to focus on every body sensation. But then all of a sudden, I got a pain behind my left eye, and my hearing would go in and out, and it would make it very hard to concentrate. Then the spasms and twitches came back. I felt like the Bell's palsy was coming back. It is so tough to focus on life when you get in violent spasms in your neck, your temple, your face, and it feels like you could go deaf on and on. Oh, I just want to touch on that for a second too. That is so awful. I think I might have mentioned before, when I first got my diagnosis of Lyme disease and the co-infections. Like my left side of my face froze, and to this day, it's still like, I'm trying to look straight at the camera for anyone who's actually watching this. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still, the left side's a little messed up, and internally it's so screwed up. My left nostril, I can't breathe out of that good. It's terrible. I still get twitches in my left eye, and all the way down to like the left side of my chest, sometimes my neck, and just twitches, spasms. Like oh man, it sucks so bad. But anyway, where was I with this again? So I guess this is what my Lyme is choosing to attack at the moment. I'm still battling through this now. I'm not gonna lie. Dealing with setbacks is incredibly frustrating and can be mentally devastating. One moment you think you're making progress, and the next is like you're back at the starting line. This can put you in a dark place. And I'm just going to stop to say it for one more second. And it really is so tough dealing with this stuff. Like, you have to be so mentally strong. And I'm going to start talking in a second about some of the ways that I've worked on to help me with this. Because like I said, now, my breathing flare, I'm like, I don't know if you can notice, I'm trying so hard not to take a deep breath. Like, I'm already like a little winded. Super weird. But it is so tough to deal with. I've had such a bad week, and we're going to still keep trying to get through this, though. So anyway, and you can tell if you haven't noticed now, I have ADHD. Back into this. How do we deal with all this? Well, for me, I try and think of my kids. I need to be strong and keep going and be there for them. So find your why. Find the reason that you need to keep battling through whatever life storm you're facing at the moment. Also, try to stay present. Even though the moment might suck when you're dealing with something, it's easy to start thinking you'll never get better and freaking out about the future, wondering if you'll be suffering forever. This just leads to more anxiety and puts you into an even darker place, trust me. I also like to think of the Rocky Balboa quote. It's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. You can literally picture yourself as the main character in like a Rocky type of movie, or whatever type of movie you want to think about, and that you're going to have an awesome ending to your movie after enduring a bunch of hardships. Now, though, you might also want to start thinking of that chorus from that ridiculous Chumbawamba song. So if you get knocked down, get up again and never let them keep you down. Have the best week ever and surf your storm. So that's the end of that blog post. But I just want to go back to this. A couple of things I said here is finding your why. So important. Like, you have to you have to put this on like almost like a pedestal. You have to have this like dialed in. Find a why that's just so meaningful. Like, there's no other option. Like, you have to keep going. And for me, I mean, I have 2 kids. I have a wife. So, I mean, there's tons. So, especially just thinking of like my kids, it's so tough when I'm in these flares and my kids will need something. And it's like, you have to be a dad first, but at the same time, I'll be having some crazy flare where I can't breathe, and it's just so tough. So I always think of them. So whatever it is for you, just you're gonna, and even if like you're having setbacks in whatever it is in your life, like you can probably just like apply this to whatever your setback is. And the second one is how I say stay present. It's all right. So this one sucks. Like, you don't want to stay present. If you're in a bad flare, it's tough to stay present, right? You're like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like, just literally the other night, I felt so terrible. The last 2 nights I've had panic attacks, and awful panic attacks. I absolutely hate them. So tough mentally, never mind like how your body freaks out physically. But in those panic attacks, it's so tough to find a light. Like, you just literally, like, you feel like you're dying. And I've battled this for so many years. It's so tough to try to stay positive and be like, all right, I'm going to heal. And then here I am like another year later, and I'm still going through it. But by staying present, I just mean you get like telling yourself like, this could get better. This can get better. And doing whatever it takes to get better. Even though I'm not even there yet, you just have to stay that way. Because otherwise, I've also been in the boat where I'm thinking, oh my God, like, I'm never getting better. Then I'm like, I'm not getting any younger. So like, by the time, what happens if I have this breathing flare, like when I'm like 60s or like when I'm older, like I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to die from it. My whole life is ruined. You start thinking about future stuff, like I can't go there. You get scared to make plans. You're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And got to dial it back. Just dial it back in and just realize like your current position doesn't mean it's going to be forever. Could take a while. It's not all sunshine either, but you have to believe like you can get better and just keep battling this. And the next one, I actually do this all the time. I don't know. Does anyone else do this? Like, I literally picture myself as a main character in like a movie. Like I said, like a Rocky movie, but like literally, like I'll picture myself all the time. Like, all right, how am I gonna be like you gotta step into being that main character. Like, just think of your movie, like, oh, this is your life. This is so terrible right now. But maybe even like, all right, so say tomorrow, you're whatever struggling you're going through. Picture that being like scene one of a movie. So you wake up tomorrow, whatever you're going through, you're like, oh, this sucks. Like, that's day one. We meet the character right now. So here is the character. And that's just the beginning of your character arc. Like, let's build this awesome character arc. Like, do not quit. Keep going. Just baby steps. Never give up. Think about that Chumbawamba song. And you just make that movie awesome. Like, and I try to remind myself that too, even with mine, because, like I said, here I am, like, gasping for air and having such bad brain fog. Oh, God, I did it. Brain frog. I just did it again. Wow. So I guess that's just going to have to be a thing now, because I'm just going to have to own that. So, yeah, my brain frog. So here I am having my brain frog. And I got to think just, all right, eventually I'm going to get through this. I'm trying new things all the time, and I won't give up, and you should not give up either. And, oh, can I just talk about this other thing? Have you guys ever gone into a sauna? I know this is completely off topic probably, but I just was in a sauna. Like, I bought one of those portable infrared saunas right before I started recording this. Holy crap. Like, it's really hot. And I get, like, that's the whole idea, right? But I don't know. It was really cool. I felt so relaxed after. I have no clue why I even brought this up, but you should probably try a sauna. Anyway, I gotta, like, take better notes next time. And last thing that could help you is think of that Chumbawamba song. Seriously, go listen to that chorus. Put it on repeat. You know, when I said, like, when tomorrow you picture yourself being your main character, put on that Chumbawamba song and just listen to that chorus over and over and over. Anyway, I hope I wasn't too all over the place. I'm going to try to get better and dial that in, maybe take better notes and try to guide myself a little bit better. But I don't know. Hopefully there was some value in here, and I wish everyone the best dealing with your setbacks. And thank you for listening. Have the best day ever. Bye-bye.